Let's take this $3 shower curtain that I got at a thrift store and make 2 valances in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Disclaimer, I am not a professional sewer and I just wing it. I use the curtain rod to determine what my pocket opening is going to be. Then we go over to the sewing machine and we'll start sewing straight lines. As I started sewing the first straight line, I realized I should have cut off the top where the shower curtain hooks go. So I had to take a minute and do that. Now back to sewing straight lines. I do 2 straight lines with about 1.5 inches apart so that I can put the curtain rod in, and then once I get that done, we're going to go test to see how everything looks so far and determine where I'm going to cut the fabric so that when the shade is up, it was hidden behind the valance. Once I've gauged the length I want it to be, I held the position with my left hand and I folded the fabric and we'll be ironing it so that I'll have a nice straight line, and that's where I will cut so that I have what I think is the best length. I will end up hemming it at the bottom in a little bit. Before I start sewing the hem, I put the curtain rod in one more time and just test the length to make sure I'm happy with it. I will be hemming it, so I know it's going to be a little bit shorter, and I do like it. So now it's time to prep the second valance because this is going to be my pattern for the second one. I lay the valance on top of my extra fabric. Now it's going to be a little bit tricky because the top of the shower curtain had a scallop valance. However, there's only one scallop and I don't have more of that bias to finish it off. So I only have it at the bottom, which is a straight line. So I'm going to see if I can make it work, and you won't be able to tell the difference between which one is scalloped and which one is straight. I'm thinking that's probably the case because once it gets on the rod and it gets bunched, you won't be able to tell the difference. Let's see. Ice cream break. I ended up with the fabrics going in opposite directions, which doesn't work. So I did resolve it. I ended up having to cut the back of the valance off and then re-sew it on. It worked out fine. No one's going to know. These things do not have to be perfect. Just remember that. Once I get that second pocket all set up, I measure out the length that I need for the second valance so they're about the same. And then I'm going to cut it just like I did the other one. Now that I have them both cut, they're all the same size. It's time to do the final step, which is the hem. I just fold it over twice at the bottom and iron it so it's nice and straight and flat and easy to sew. I do this for both valances and then I test one just to make sure I'm happy with how it all looks, and I am, and now it's time to go to the sewing machine. I quickly get the straight hem done for both of them and hang up the 2 valances. Now I'd love to know, can you tell which one has the scallop edge and which one has the straight edge? I've put letters on each window so you can tell me which. I'd love to know. Are these valances perfect? Absolutely not. Am I perfectly happy? Yes, I am. Remember, no one's coming here to inspect your valances. I am so happy with how they came out, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm so happy to answer them. Thanks.